What's up, Homo sapiens on the intertubes? This is episode 10 of Studio Practice, your no bullshit resource for those things that animate the artist and designer studio. Yes, this episode is a few days late. Why? Because the Confederacy of Dunces got me down.
But what about his retarded sidekick Buddy? I wanted both of them.
Der Buddy hat seine Leben an die medische Welt zugekannt.
Wirklich?
Aber der Hund haben wir hier. Let's take him for a walk.
Someone get me a cigarette.
All right, enough. Let's get down to it. I'm talking to you.
On the left is the novel My Name is Asher Lev by Chaim, Potok, and on the right, A Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man by Joyce. Both of these novels are about young artists as they struggle against and with their religion and culture. Asher Lev, an observant Hasidic Jew struggling against a culture deeply suspicious of art, the secular world and representation, and Stephen Daedalus, an Irish Catholic struggling against his Catholic faith and Irish national identity.
I really feel like I have some important data for you today, but don't be lazy. Just stick with me through the background, all right? Don't, what do you call that? Don't click away while the actual background is being delivered. Look, I'm well aware that this is YouTube, but don't be lazy. Think!
In Potok's novel, Asher Lev is a child prodigy painter who struggles with his family, community, and self to understand whether his work is of the Rabbono Shel Olam or of the Sitra Achra.
In the novel, our protagonist, a child prodigy artist, struggles with whether his work is good, effectively, or evil. The important point is, while he struggles deeply with these issues, it's his parents and his community that pay a much higher price and that struggle as well with the content and character of his work.
One very productive and extremely fecund way of understanding work is to see it as a test bed for ideas. In this mode of working, we understand the work is largely syntactical. In this method, we examine charged and difficult cultural problems through making. How do we do this? We do this by bringing the symbolic and semiotic representations of those problems into close physical proximity. I'm going to show you how in this example. I want to be clear here, in this mode of working, we are focusing on specifically making problematic work. The goal is not to directly propose answers to urgent and pressing cultural problems.
And here is my suggestion for episode 10 to help you move your work to a more contemporary space.
Rather than establishing a guiding idea and attempting to get the work to correlate to that, I suggest that you begin with problematic cultural terrain and use the work, the process of building the work, as a form of research or intellectual interrogation. In this body of work, as an example, while there are only 2 figures depicted in these photographs, there are actually 4 subjects of the photos. The 2 figures within the pictorial frame, Abraham and Isaac, the 3rd figure, me, the photographer, and by extension, the 4th, you as the viewer.
In the novel, our protagonist, a child prodigy artist, struggles with whether his work is good, effectively, or evil.
This body of work of mine intentionally raises a host of extremely problematic issues. Hopefully this work maps a conceptual terrain that raises problematic issues around political correctness, violence in hip-hop culture, religious fundamentalism, issues that are touched on in John Berger's Ways of Seeing, as well as white privilege. This work also contends with my complicity in this system and, by extension, the viewers or yours, and a host of other extremely problematic cultural issues. And maybe most importantly, the notion of lived experience and what the designer or artist has the right to address. The simple fact is that it's our job as artists and designers in 2016 to fearlessly confront the manifold problems of our age, and importantly, to examine our own complicity in the issues we face. The point behind powerful work is to be thought-provoking. If, as a designer or artist, you don't want to confront the pressing and urgent social issues of our age, there's always the Disney Channel. All right, let's recap. Point number 1, begin with problematic cultural terrain and examine the issues through the work. Use your work as a test bed for urgent cultural issues. Point number 2, reject the impulse to pose solutions. Rather, attempt to produce thought-provoking work. Number 3, and this is an important one, use the work as a tool to examine your own complicity in cultural issues. It's our job as human beings to look critically and fearlessly at our most urgent issues. Because if you're not prepared to do that, there's always the Disney Channel.
What time is it? It's mail time.
So last week I received absolutely fabulous comments for which I composed replies in the reply section. Please check it out. And surprise, surprise, it's my birthday and I have some awesome graduate students. Feast your eyes on this absolutely ridiculous cake.
Okay, yeah. Does that work for you? And then I'll eat Elliott torso.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I bet it tastes kind of salty. I'm just guessing. Okay, go. Come on, smash the like button, share the link, and subscribe if you want more.
Two.